There are relationships that don't end in an argument, but simply in a day when neither of them texts the other anymore. If you've ever walked away in silence and wondered whether he ever thought of you, the answer lies deep in psychology, in the quiet spaces where a man's heart often fails to find words. Love is not something easy to understand, and even harder to forget. But there are moments, circumstances, tiny seemingly insignificant instances that make a man start to miss you, not because you left, but because you were the best thing he didn't know how to hold on to. Let's take that journey together through layers of emotion, shifts in psychology to understand the real reason why he starts missing you more. Before we dive into today's story, if you're watching this video and feel something stirring somewhere in your heart, hit the like button so I know you're here. And if you love deep, gentle, yet emotionally powerful content about love and psychology, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next stories. There are moments in life when distance suddenly feels longer than we expected, when there are no more morning messages, no one waiting behind the door. That's also the time the man you once loved starts to feel that something is missing. But what exactly makes him start to miss you, and not just a passing thought, but a deep, lingering ache that reaches his core? This isn't just a spontaneous reaction. It's the result of a series of subtle psychological mechanisms taking place inside a man, especially after a breakup, after the silence, or even after just a short time apart. Today, we'll enter that journey, exploring each phase, every emotion, to understand why men only truly wake up when you're no longer there. When two people are still close physically and emotionally, it's easy to fall into the habit of forgetting to appreciate. He knows you'll text him every night, knows you'll check in when he's tired, knows you'll always be there. But then, when you step away quietly, without warning, the space suddenly feels a lot emptier. No one asks, "Have you eaten yet?" No familiar voice echoes late at night. And in that absence, memories begin to return, clearer, warmer, more vivid than ever. We always yearn for what slips out of reach. To him, when you were always available, always there, you became a default part of his life. But when you stop replying immediately, spend time for yourself, for other things, that's when he realizes you're no longer easy to reach. And that's exactly what makes you more irresistible than ever. Men don't usually speak much about their emotions, but when life overwhelms, stressful work, failures, loss, loneliness, they start to seek out the gentlest memories. And that's usually you, the one who once comforted him, listened, stood by his side, without demanding anything. He misses you, not just out of love, but because you were the one who gave him peace in a chaotic world. When you stop texting, stop calling, stop asking, "Are you okay?" after a fight, at first, he thinks you're angry. Then he thinks you'll come back like before. But time passes, and you remain silent. His mind begins to drift into countless questions. Has she forgotten me? What is she doing? Is she laughing beside someone else? Curiosity turns into regret, and regret becomes a longing to turn back time. We often don't realize what we have until it's gone. Same goes for him. Maybe at the breakup, he felt relieved, free. But then, after a few weeks, a few months, when you stop texting, stop showing up on social media like you used to, when he realizes you've truly walked away, no regrets, no looking back, that's when the wave of remorse begins to drown him. Humans have a strange self-defense mechanism. We remember the good more than the bad. He'll forget the fights, forget the disagreements, but he'll remember the time you two watched a movie together under dim lights. Remember when you held him tight from behind on his motorbike, shivering from the cold, but smiling from joy. Time doesn't erase memories, it beautifies them. And when those memories come back, they make him want it all again, even the things he once found annoying. Do you know what makes a man turn back the fastest? Not because you begged him to, but because he sees you living a vibrant, colorful life without him. You're more beautiful. You laugh more. You're in control of your life. And he sees that you don't need him to be happy. Suddenly, he feels left behind. Not because you tried to, but because you grew. Not all relationships end clearly. There are things left unsaid, feelings he never expressed. And that unfinished business makes him keep missing you. Not because he still loves you, but because the mind can't accept an unfinished story, a message never sent, an apology never spoken, one last hug that never came. All are reasons why he keeps wondering about you. You've started taking better care of yourself, learning new things, expanding your world. Every step forward you take is one more moment he feels he's lost something, not because you're successful, but because he's no longer there to walk the path with you. He won't say it, but every morning without your message is a quiet space. No one reminds him to wear a coat. No one asks if he's eaten. The little things, the tiny pieces, once thought insignificant, are now exactly what makes him feel most alone. A wise person who understands their worth will never return to the place that once hurt them unless that place has truly changed. Because self-respect is not something to be traded for fleeting emotions. You've moved on. And this time, it's not goodbye. It's the beginning of a new chapter where you are the main character. If he misses you, that doesn't mean you should go back. The question isn't, does he still love you? It's, do you still want to be the version of yourself you were when you were with him? You don't need to be the one he regrets. You just need to be the one who knows you deserve to be loved fully, respectfully, and wholeheartedly. Maybe today he misses you. Maybe memories of you are quietly creeping back through an old song, a familiar coffee shop, or a heartbreakingly quiet night. But missing doesn't mean deserving. Regret doesn't mean loving again. And you're no longer the girl you once were. You've grown. You understand your worth. You know now that love should never be begged for, but nurtured, cherished, and accompanied by kindness. If you were once the one who was overlooked, then now, you're the one walking forward, gently, confidently, without looking back. Because a woman who knows how to love herself is someone no one can easily forget. If you've stayed until the end, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. I believe that each of us once had someone who made our heart tremble, then fall silent. If today's story made you reflect, or reminded you of something from the past, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, so we can meet again in the next stories, where you're always understood, healed, and becoming stronger each day. See you again soon.